How much do you think smartphones distract drivers on the road? A new study shows a lot. It cites a driver distracted by a phone at some point in the trip involved in half of the crashes studied. News specialist Jed Bull shares more on the road to zero fatalities.
In more than half of the crashes studied, the driver was on the phone at some point in the trip, and 1 in 4 drivers was on the phone within a minute of the crash. Utah safety advocates say our phone culture must change.
I think that's what's causing the accidents. It's distracted driving.
You don't have to convince Utah drivers that distracted driving causes crashes.
I'm a truck driver, and I see it all the time. All the time. A phone stuck in the ear or texting, and it's pretty bad.
It's not a good idea because it could cause any accident. You could crash, hit someone.
Ulysses Vasquez crashed when he was first learning to drive while he was on his phone.
My rear-ended someone, and it was in the freeway, so you don't want to do that. Ever since that day, I have never really used my phone when I'm driving.
The Cambridge Mobile Telematics study looked at driving data from more than 100,000 motorists. Distracted driving occurred in 52% of trips that ended in a crash, and 25% of the drivers used the phone within 1 minute of the crash.
It's severely underreported.
In Utah, distracted drivers killed 25 people and seriously injured 111 others in 2016.
That's just the tip of the iceberg.
UDOT suspects phone distractions are to blame in many more crashes.
It's one of the most underreported behaviors that we see, because if you're involved in a crash, many times you're not going to admit that you were distracted.
Distraction continues to rise as a factor in crashes on Utah roads.
As a society, we're addicted to our phones. We're addicted to our iPads. We're addicted to our devices.
And we don't always put them away and keep them away when we drive.
But we really need to. It's the most dangerous thing that most of us will do every day.
Our phones have made us distracted in many areas of our lives. With the goal of zero fatalities, UDOT urges all of us to set aside that main distraction when we drive. For KSL 5 News, I'm Jed Bull reporting.